video. Today I am doing a tarot talk. So basically I'm going to be talking about tarot and kind of giving you guys a show and tell of all of my decks and my crystals and all of the kind of like different important things to me that are included with it. I got my first deck in 2020. The reason why I wanted to first start reading tarot was because I was just fascinated by it and fascinated by kind of like the whole aspect, like, is it real, is it not, like, how does this work? And I guess to me, I've always wanted to know things about my future. I feel like I've always had questions about things. I didn't really know, like, where can I get this extra support from? And I didn't really know too much about spirit guides. I didn't really know too much about anything when I first started, but I made sure that I was prepared before I actually started reading tarot because I just wanted to be safe and informed. It did take a while before I actually did my first reading. I think I got my first deck in 2020 and I just kind of like took the time to understand it, connect with my cards, but I didn't start reading cards until about a year later, until I felt more confident in myself and my relationship with my spirit guides and my angels, and I kind of just wanted to deepen my connection with them before I started asking things for advice. Some people like use them for fun, which is totally fine. Some of them like to actually use them as a tool to spiritually talk to different spirits and deities and just different things out there in the spiritual realm. That being said, it always just kind of depends on your intention when using the cards, like if you're trying to connect with something or if you're just using it for fun. So using them just for fun, I don't see that like there being any harm in that. So I typically connect with my spirit guides when I'm asking for advice. I connect with my higher self. We're always connected to these things, but I focus all of my awareness on that connection and solely on that connection, so that way I can get advice from my guides, my angels, and my higher self. I do pray a lot, so I pray to God. I don't really affiliate myself with any religion, and so, but I still believe in God, but not in, I guess a religious way. I connect with what I believe to be just like source, like the source energy. If you read like a couple of like books about like manifesting or energy or reprogramming your subconscious, then you'll know that then that will be a familiar word to you. Kind of just connect to that, and on my angels, my spirit guides, and archangels, and my higher self. So I just like ask those spiritual beings for help. We can start off by some ways I protect myself during those readings, because I believe that if you're using this as a tool to connect with the spiritual realm, then it kind of is like an open door to connecting to anything. And there are such things as like trickster spirits and just other things that maybe you don't want to get advice from. I don't know, I don't want to scare, basically, like, there's some ways that I like to protect myself during my readings, just to make sure that I'm connecting to the energy that I want to be connecting to, and to like clear my energy, like just clear all of the person who I'm reading, like their energy, and clear the space, and to kind of like give my cards a reset, recharge. Kind of narrowed it down now because I kind of like switched my focus from placing more importance on objects to myself. So like having more trust in myself and trust like in my capabilities of reading, if that kind of makes sense. I love to use incense. My cousin got me this pack of incense a long time ago, and I always like to use it when I read tarot, but I've used like countless different scents, but I just said this. And like when I smell these, it smells just so like using them is, I love using them because they smell, and I'm very much like kind of person where smells definitely calm me the most. It smells amazing. So yeah, I just typically use incense, and this one is dragon fruit, peach, and sandalwood. It's probably one of the best ways to clear and cleanse energy of everyone in the space. House of Tarot handed incense. And then this is the Wheel of Fortune. I think the last time I gave a reading was probably in February. I gave multiple readings. I pulled different oracle cards for my best friends, kind of with the intention of giving them loving advice, like advice based around love, not just romantic love, but just love in general, and kind of just like advice that they needed to hear, I guess. And a really cool thing about that is it resonated with, I think, all of them. The thing that I like to use are crystals. My number one crystal is selenite. This is my number one crystal. She's been with me since the beginning. And selenite is a cleansing crystal, so you can use it to cleanse other crystals, and you don't have to clean it. I still clean it because I don't know, also have another piece of selenite. I just wanted to show you guys. Last time I did a reading with my sister, we put a candle on it. So that's just a little bit of wax. Just a little bit of candle wax. But this is a charging plate that my aunt got for me. It's kind of cool. You can see all the cracks. It just reminds me of ice so much, because you know sometimes with the ice you can get like there'll be cracks in it. I think it's so pretty. But this is for, you can put your crystals on top and then just let them charge. I depending on the reading, I like to use different crystals. But this is a giant rose quartz. It's an aura rose quartz. In this lighting, it looks very gray, but it's actually really pink. But yeah, you can just see the rainbow kind of film on it. That's what makes it the aura rose quartz. But yeah, she's beautiful. And if I used rose quartz during a reading, it's because the reading had something to do with love, whether that was family, or friends, or romance. But yeah, I love quartz, like any quartz. I think they're so beautiful. I love how solid they are. And I always like to light a candle to help me relax. First, I like to ground myself and clear my mind. And I ground myself by imagining roots, like from coming out of like my root chakra, or just roots coming out of me and going all the way down into the earth. And I imagine the dirt and all the layers of the earth, and just kind of like leaving any worries or fears or doubts I have in the dirt and in the ground, and giving it to the earth to reuse that energy and create something new with it. And then I imagine my roots just getting big and strong and spreading, like just spreading down into the earth and down into like the center of the earth and connecting to earth's like core, and then just sitting there and then just soaking in that feeling of connecting to earth and calming myself down and kind of getting my head out of the clouds, which to me is like getting my head out of whatever it is that I'm worrying about and focusing on this exact present moment, because this is where I need to be. After I do that, I imagine a giant bubble that starts from the center of me and expands all the way out and creates a big space around me and my reading space. And I think around the person that I'm reading as well. I think I usually do that. I think I do, yeah. It's a big bubble, and then it gets thick. It's like impenetrable, so only love and light can enter, and only my spirit guides and my angels are allowed in this space. Imagine it was like a rainbowy kind of film, how bubbles do. So it kind of looks like this crystal, but it's a giant, huge bubble all around me. After that, I imagine a lotus forming and budding out of the top of my crown chakra. I imagine water coming out of it, because water is a great way to cleanse energy. I've always felt very connected to water as well, like the ocean when I was smaller, and I just imagine water coming down and out of it, and covering the bubble like a waterfall, and that adds more protection and more just kind of like purifying energy. And then after that, I start my reading. The readings that I get the most are always about love, and I honestly have no problem with it. I love. Those are probably my favorite types of readings to give. I always hope that my readings are as blunt as possible, just because I want to make sure that people are getting advice that is going to align them with their higher selves, align them with their dreams, align them with, you know, like universal love. I always hope that my readings are helpful enough to people. I try to be as transparent as possible with my reading. Obviously, like whatever comes up during the reading is something that the universe wants you to know. My favorite things about tarot is there's a lot of room to play. There's a lot of information that you can get, and that's, I think, what I love about it so much. There's a lot of different possibilities to explore, lots of different questions you can ask. Obviously, it's really hard for me to do one on the spot, so if someone asks me like, hey, can you give me a reading, it's really hard for me to say yes or no, because I typically need to feel that the energy is like right, if that makes sense. Readings also take a lot of energy out of me. Sometimes it's just not, I just don't feel it, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't do a reading. I typically just do it when I get like that little spark, like, oh, I'm ready to do a reading, then that's when I'll do it. Otherwise, I don't. But yeah, like I said, everyone's different. I know there's a lot of like discourse, or like, I don't know if you can call it discourse, but a lot of people are very hesitant to trust readers on TikTok or readers on YouTube, and you have every right to feel that way. There are a lot of people on the internet who aren't trustworthy. I think we know that, and that doesn't even have to do with the whole tarot realm. That's with anything. Like any subject, anything that's on the internet, you need to take it with a grain of salt, because not everyone's qualified to give information, and not everyone's intentions are good, and doesn't mean that there aren't trustworthy tarot readers on TikTok or YouTube, because there are. And the beauty of getting readings is that like, just because it's on the internet and it's posted doesn't mean that it's going to apply to you. That's why, like, I think every reader always says like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. At the end of the day, like, if I gave you a reading and it didn't resonate with you, then you don't have to take that information. Like, you could just toss it away. Like, you didn't feel right in your gut and it didn't feel right in your heart, so it just didn't feel right, and that's okay. But to others it might actually be right, and you know, that's for them to see. And that's why I personally like getting readings with like one-on-one readings a little bit more, just because you can get information about a specific thing that is on your mind with a lot more clarity, because you can ask questions. The reader can like just access yours and your energy only, not like a whole collective of people. And I don't know, I just feel like it's just a lot more personal. I think the last reading I got was in July, and I'm gonna link her down below because she was really good. I got 2 readings from her and they resonated so deeply. I was incredibly impressed, and I've never felt that way before with a reading. I trust her a lot, so I'm gonna link her down below, because I think that if you're wanting a reading, you should definitely check her out. So I have tarot cards and I have oracle cards. Tarot cards are your standard deck, and it has like all of those typical cards that you'll see like when you think of tarot, like, you know, the Tower, it's the 3 of Swords, it's the heart, and then it has swords poking into it. Or the Lovers, maybe, you know, just those typical cards you might have seen on this deck. It's the standard deck. This one is probably my favorite deck by far. I use it in every single reading, and I don't know, I have a special attachment to this deck. It smells amazing because I have it inside of my box that has like different candles and herbs and things like that, so it smells so good. is beautiful. It's like giving very plain Jane, but in the best way possible. I love this deck. I just love it. My favorite thing is shuffle. Oh, guys, the Two of Cups. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards, you guys. Okay. I love shuffling so much. Maybe I'll use my knee. You guys can see. Let's see. The Knight of Pentacles. I'm gonna let a card fall out. I'm not like trying to get any information from anyone. I just want to see what card falls out. But when I do it, I typically, first I'll like do my knock on them to clear the cards, clearing energy, and then I'll shuffle until I feel intuitively that it's right, and then I will go like this to get a card. And I wait until one comes out. And then this one is the Two of Wands. I don't know all of the cards' meanings from the top of my head, but yeah, some of my favorite cards are like One Cup. I love the Lovers. Two of Cups is probably my favorite card. Let me see. Because they're a little bit, yeah, but I love the Lovers. My favorite card. Beautiful angel. And then I have two tarot decks. So this other one is the Spirit Song Tarot, and I was just really drawn to it because of the colors and just, everything that it has on it. Here's the Spirit Song Tarot. I love this deck. I got this one in Nebraska when I was visiting one of my best friends over there. Got it at a crystal shop. And this one I don't use as much because I have a hard time understanding it. The meanings are a little bit different, at least in this book that it gives you. But they have different animals on each card, and I love this. It has lotus on it. I really love the artwork on this deck. I need to connect with that more. Oh, there's a peacock. I wanted to be a peacock for Halloween. There's a peacock on there. They're very colorful. It's kind of hard to see right now. I'll probably take some pictures and show you guys. But yeah, I love this deck too. It's very beautiful. It has a lot of different animals on it. Got 8 of Acorns, and it's getting really dark. I talk too much. Okay, so yeah, that one is another deck that I have. I'm not as connected to it as I am the typical or the original deck, but I still love the colors and the cards, like the designs on them. I think they're beautiful. Oh, here's a zebra. Yeah, these are very beautiful too. I just don't use them as much. This was probably my second deck I've ever gotten, and it's called the Kaleidoscope of Life. It's an oracle deck. So oracle decks are a little bit different because they can have however many cards the creator decides to put in them. They can have meanings about anything. Possibilities are endless, and they're a lot less rigid. So if you get an oracle deck, it'll not have the same meanings as a tarot deck. It'll have advice on pretty much anything. They're also very fun because you know, it can be anything. The artwork is typically very beautiful. Yeah, and this one's really pretty too. It has, you know, kaleidoscope-ish backs. Yeah, so this one's really nice. Ooh, this is a good card. Oneness says feeling connected to all that is. This is probably my favorite card now. I never use this deck. I really like it. I never feel called to use it, but this is such, I love this card. Sometimes they can be different sizes too. Like this is definitely more wide. Cool. This deck was made by somebody on TikTok. It's a lot smaller, as you can see. It's less cards. Let's read what it means. I don't have these memorized either. Book. It's a lot smaller, a lot more easier to understand. I appreciate that because sometimes when you have too much information, it's just like, whew. This card means believe that dreams do come true. Now is the time to gather your belief system and trust in the universe. This card reminds you to be mindful of your thoughts and goals. It's funny to me because every time, even when I'm messing around with my cards, I always end up, let's see if I can get more light in here. Okay. I always end up pulling out cards that relate to a situation of some sort, and that resonates with me. So it was all of the time. This is my number one deck. It's the Whispers of Love. Artwork. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The meanings, beautiful. And I love this deck because I love love. Surprise, surprise. I love that it's not just like romantic love. Like it has a lot of romance in here, but it's about love in general. And I think people forget that love is not just like you and a partner, you know. It's like it's everything. It's everything and it's everywhere. It's in ways that are obvious and in ways that are not so obvious. So like, you know, loving your pet, loving your sister. I love my sister. So like siblings, friendships. I think that one's incredibly important. I don't know if I'm doing this too loud. We're running out of time. Guys. Okay, it's okay. We'll figure this out. Oh my gosh, it's so dark in here. Man of Hearts. Love connection defies explanation. I'm gonna try to draw my light. Sorry guys, I should have drawn a light a long time ago. This is such a beautiful card. I love it. Look at the artwork. And yeah, like these are huge. Like, wait. Yeah, it's like almost as big as my face. It's pretty big. I'm not gonna read it, but I'll take another picture and put it right here. And if you're interested in seeing what it says, you can screenshot it and read it or pause it. Nothing's coming out. 111. So when you read tarot, it's you use your intuition, you use your knowledge of what the card means. You have your guidebook, but you can also use imagery. You know, dissect the image and see what in the image resonates to you. Sometimes when I read cards, like especially with the standard deck, and I'll always notice something that I've never seen before, which is weird because they're not very detailed. They don't have, I mean, they are detailed, but there's not a lot going on like this, you know? But it's just so interesting to see like what will resonate with you during that reading. Love who you are. Love who you are. But yeah, there's a lot of different things you could dissect from these images. Mini deck, and it has 46 heart-shaped cards. Loving messages from the angels. This card I got in Mexico, and it immediately called to me because I'm very close to my angels, I would say. They're so pretty though. And I loved getting this deck too because I always I do everything from my heart. So when I'm doing readings, I'm like instantly connecting to my guides and everything through my heart. And so to me, finding this was like beautiful. But it has all of these hearts. Just the informational cards. These ones are a little bit harder to shuffle because of their unique shape. I'm trying to show you guys on my knee. Oops. Oh, this one. Action. So, okay. Oneness again, you guys. What are the chances? I'm running out of storage, so that's all for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this different kind of ASMR video. I know I didn't do a lot of tappings and stuff, and it was mostly me talking, but I hope you guys learned something new and thought that this was insightful. Love you guys,